Hello, 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 hello. How is everybody doing? How's everybody feeling? How's everybody grooving? I'm feeling extra good today because you know that feeling that you have where you were feeling horrendous because, you were ill, and then you stop feeling ill, and then there's that brief time where you still remember feeling horrendous. And so now you don't feel horrendous, so you feel insane in comparison. That's how I feel at the moment. I feel like I'm £1,000,000. Yes, I didn't say $1,000,000 because I'm not from America. So yeah, I'm feeling like I'm going to get a lot done today. And then also I'm going to feel like I haven't done anything. Because that's how it works, right? Last time, we pissed off a god. All I really remember is pissing off the god. There was other stuff. We were exploring the city. There was other stuff we did. I'm like 90% sure there was other stuff we did. Oh yeah, we met the racists. We met the people who were like, oh, all these people using soul manipulation things, they're horrendous. And then we ignored them. Of course we did. Oh, we met her. Sagana. She was cool. Let's have a look at what we have. Cliffs we can't do. This is general. This is general. This is general. This one we're not strong enough for. This is archives. Record archives. But is this not the record archives? Did we not get into the most record archivey place there is? Here? We're not stealing. I mean, I could steal. Do we steal? Okay, we steal.
Of course.
Yeah, it was nice meeting you all. Nothing happened. I didn't steal. It's fine. Don't think about it too much. It'll hurt your head if you think about it too much. Okay, so...
Connie, does your fox bite?
Yes,
Can I pet him anyway?
it's your hand.
I'm gonna pet him.
I love him. He's great. So we don't want to go here. We did here for the inn. Wait, no, that was the inn we went to. This was dormitories. Do we want to go into the dormitories? Was there anything here that we wanted? I don't think so. I thought this was the house that where the wife...
Welcome.
By Wales Endless Face, you're one short ogre. But why are you green? And how are you getting the ducks to keep flying around you like that? I'm not an ogre. He cautiously reaches his hand towards you, then pulls back. Better not. Ducks are poisonous. He beams at you and nods his head. You're a scrivener? Yes, I am a scrivener. I read books, I write books, I once ate a book, but only because it looked like a sweet pie. Or perhaps it was a sweet pie baked to look like a book? Interesting. Oh, I'm also a collector of herbs, flowers, plants. I sell them. Mostly I eat them. Tell me about the dormitories. It's where the scriveners who work at the Hall of Revealed Mysteries sleep. I'm a scrivener. This place smells like old stockings. Show me what you have. Drugs. Good to know. That would be stealing. We don't steal unless it's a library. That's locked and also stealing. You're all just scriveners. You just make books. I mean, I guess not just. This is a pretty good profession in medieval style civilizations, of course. I'm assuming this place will be relevant at some point. Okay, so we've checked there. We've checked there. That's the place we were talking about. We did the marketplace. Who the heck is Lumdala? Should I know who Lumdala is? We're gonna go check Ludama's house and see if they like us. But just in case they really don't like us, I'm gonna save the game. Just because, I mean, I feel like this is the kind of game that will be like, you just went into a random person's house for no reason. They're gonna be pissed at you. Never mind, this place is completely abandoned. And apparently doing this is not considered stealing. So it must mean this place is actually completely abandoned. Well, never mind. We've got only one more place to go. The place where all of those people that particularly don't like the soul-related people and the nobility are. Which is right here. A place I could take it or leave it if I'm being completely honest, but I have to explore the area. Just because it's a place where there's a couple people that aren't great doesn't mean everyone that there is bad.
This looks like the kind of place we could find allies. For a prize.
Mercenary, mercenary, mercenary. What is this person's name? Wennen? Hello, Wennen. Oh, cutscene? That's a lot of people. A well-groomed man steps through the hall with a confident swagger. A smug grin etched on his face, he is flanked by 5 other hard-looking individuals. One of his companions eyes you for a moment before spitting chew at your feet. Another pup comes wandering in. I see. Just know that Brian's giant slayers run things around here, and you'll be fine. Never heard of them. You have now. Stick around Defiance Bay and you will again. Plenty of bounties to go around, but there's a reason the giant slayers get the lion's share. Remember that. Enough jabbering, Brian. You gotta do your job, are you gonna do your job or you talk about it? Wennon's right. That coin ain't gonna collect itself. He looks at his companions and jerks his chin towards the door. See you around, pup. Hello, good sir.
Don't stand on ceremony. State your business.
Tell me about the dozens. Wernon's expression becomes serious, the timbre in his voice deepening. Good men and women trying to walk in the path of great men and women who came before us. We're a loose association of warriors and expeditioners in the drywood. Not as fancy as the Crucible Knights, mind you, but at least we remember our roots. At least they remember someone else's roots and pretend to be like them, he means. Your roots? The Crucible Knights take pride in having won the Drywood's freedom 150 years ago, but we're the ones who protected it. Everyone knows that the Saints' War ended when the God's Hammer destroyed Waidwin and Evondu Bridge. A lot of folks don't know how Waidwin wound up on that bridge. 7 men, 5 women, they walked out of the Halgot Citadel and faced down at God, held him there until the bomb went off. That's the legacy we defend. Some call us mercenaries, but we don't need matching armor and silky clothes to remember our roles. We're the same now as we were then. We stand up for the people, first line of defense, whatever it takes. We've got new enemies now. If it's not Waidwin, it's this damn legacy. It's the damn soul butchers in Brackenbury, making things worse on all of us, probably causing the whole thing one way or another. Well, we haven't gone anywhere, and there's a lot more than 12 of us now. We defended Drywood once, we'll do it again. What else do you need? I'm looking for work.
Go see Osric. He's usually got something. You do well for him, maybe I can find you more.
Farewell. Who are these people? Yep, okay. They're people who paid money. Is this Oswin?
For the last time, Aidwig, keep
Oswick.
your fucking blade up. If that dummy was armed, it'd have your head off.
Tell me about the expeditionary halls. It's a treasure hunt, plain and simple. Sponsors put up money, hire adventurers to explore the wilds, looking for ruins mostly. If they come back alive, they split the spoils. If not, it's because they handle their weapon like this lot in front of me, who might as well be digging their own graves right now. Got business with me? I'm looking for work.
You want an expedition? Talk to Wenham. I just handle these mercenary shit shovelers. Adventurers, I mean.
Although, I do have something I need done. Something that requires competency. What do you need?
I was formerly one of the Knights of the Crucible. When I left, they kept my arms and armor. The arms they can have, but the armor belonged to my family. I'd like it back.
Why don't you just ask them for it back?
No. Oh, they'd like that, I'm sure. But I won't be going. Sooner be torn apart by dogs than give them the satisfaction.
Doesn't sound like leaving the Crucible Knights was your choice.
You don't choose to leave knighthood. The Crucible Knights, they may not be a real knighthood, but the oaths you swear are just as true. Still, turns out that even unofficial knighthoods have politics. You cross the wrong man, suddenly all kinds of accusations are thrown your way, and nobody believes you.
Nothing more destructive than a crowd with the wrong idea. What's this armor?
It's a breastplate. Not much to look at, and it's seen far too much use, but it's been in my family since the liberation.
I'll see what I can do.
And then it's Penhelm you're looking for. A low snake of a man. If he was to die choking on his own black tongue, it'd be too kind of fate. He kept it when he had me kicked out.
I got word from a reliable source that Penhelm visited a forger in Ondu's gift right after having his soul lineage read by a cipher in Durrid's Row. Should you have it in your heart to find a way to ruin his life while you're there, well, drinks are on me. Having your soul lineage read?
It's a requirement to join the Knights. They have to ensure a novitiate doesn't have a subversive lineage. If Penhelm's superiors found out his affidavit was a fake, his career would be over. Every novitiate gets an affidavit from Dunreed Row, and those are stored at Crucible Keep. If you find Penhelm's, one of those ciphers could tell you if it's real.
If a generation of Mazuk's traditions are any indication, this Penhelm probably doesn't remember it. Still, a past like that has to count for something. Yeah, I can do that. You seem like an okay guy, even if I don't particularly like the politics of this place. I wouldn't be surprised if the Crucible Knights aren't good, even if...
Hail, traveler.
I haven't seen you before. You heading out with the expedition company? Or are you betting on one? How long have you been working at Admith's Den? Oh, a few years. I got in the minute the last merchant cleared out. They've got new expeditions venturing out every week. So this is a great place to do business. And the dozens make loyal friends and loyal customers so long as you stick by them. The vendor who was here before me, they ran him out when he sold his best helms to a pair of Crucible Knights. I'd be careful not to make the same mistakes. Can I buy something? I'm afraid not. See, the dozens only do business with me so long as I only do business with them, and they're good customers. But if you get on Osric's good side, he can make an exception for you. He's probably training some of the new recruits right now. But well, I know what an expeditioner is. So that's kind of a win-win situation for me, if I can do it. And that seems like a good enough mission as any. Because here's my thinking is, This mission takes me to the Animancer's place in Pendrick's Helm? Is that the name of it? No, it's Ondu's place, isn't it? Oh, is it? Here it is, the Rogue Knight. Named Pendhelm. There's confiscated, but from Pendhelm, he believes his rival has forged his documents from Durin's Row, verifying the purity of his. If I can prove that, I may have some leverage. Right. Let us go. If we go here to the world map, we can then do what we want there. None of these places are places I need to go to because I've done this stuff. And Pernisk is not needed at the moment. So I should be good. So we want to be going to... Where did we want to go to? I don't know. So that's at the Forge. Catacombs aren't relevant in this situation. This would be in Brackenberry, wouldn't it? I believe Brackenberry is where the Animancers live. Wasn't it cordoned off, though? I think it might have been, but I think unlocking that area is never a bad thing, right? Right, so Renmont's Manor, House, Ondu's Gift. I think we want to go to Ondu's Gift. Although the first fire is probably quite useful. This area is cool, but I don't want to be doing anything here because I haven't unlocked a mission for here. I kind of want to go from, like, do all the missions that are localized in that area, then move off to doing the missions in the other areas. And once you've done all of those, then you move to the next area. It feels like that's how it's set up. Temple of Rodian, Valet Embassy, Palace, Copper Lane. We'll try Ondu's Gift. But
This would be the temple Merwald spoke of, or what remains of it.
Yes. Maybe it's Heritage Hill? We'll try Heritage Hill after this, because I want to do this quest first.
I've never been to Nasitok. Is it very cold? What creatures wander the tundra? How are your leaders chosen?
Do you always ask this many questions?
Well, that's just to get us started. Let me get out some...
Okay, let's try this last area. We're looking for the soul reading. So I need to find the place where the soul people are. And I think if it's not here, it's the Heritage Hill. I understand I've spent...
Hail, traveler.
How do I get inside? Sorry, this district's closed by the order of the Duck itself. How do I get inside? Trust me, you don't want to. But if you were to if you set on this, seeing this for yourself, I suppose you have to get permission from Wyler, the keep in the first fires. Very well. Okay. Okay, let's have a read of this again. Have I missed something? I was reading from Panhelm. He believes one of his forged documents from Druid's Row. Verifying. Where is Druid's Row? I don't see that. Do I have to... Where would that be?
How's the hand?
Turning purple. I'd have to cut it off.
I warned you not to pet him.
If I'm
Hey.
not supposed to pet him, why is he so soft?
I don't understand where this would be. Am I missing something? You know what? I probably am. I'm looking it up. Pillars of Eternity 1, 2. How does it say? DUNRRYD row. Not interested in this. Apparently, it's not a place, it's a thing.
You must gather your party before venturing forth.
You mean gather my pie before venturing
All
forth?
right, then.
Apparently, it's a thing, and it's in Brackenbury. Feels like it should say that on the quest.
Well, whatever happens, at least we're out of that mud hole, Gilded Vale. I grew up in Gilded Vale.
Quaint. That's what I meant to call it.
No, you had it right.
Bottom left. So it's just this random person's house. I mean, I may as well explore this area while we're here. Let me just do a quick save, because I'm not 100% sure that they're gonna like me just randomly walking into the house. But why have the door open if you didn't want people to walk in? Hello, good sirs.
Welcome.
The Orlan man is surrounded by books and scrolls. His wiry hair stands nearly on end, and his ears prick up as you approach. You carry whispers, Cade knew, Gilded Veil, old voices indeed. You're a cipher like me, I'm guessing? He grins, revealing a row of dagger-pointed teeth. You guess what you must surely know. My own modest ability suggests that yours are most formidable. Would be quite useful here of all places. A pity, then, that my duties for Lady Webb require me to focus on my talent elsewhere. What brings you to Durrid Row? It looks as though you could use some help. Not at liberty to discuss my work, unfortunately. Durrid Row is only. A civilian would need the confidence of Lady Webb before I could share. What are you so busy with? Hollowborn growing unrest, and the ever-present political intrigue. With so many missing souls, missing persons are the least of our concern these days. Tell me more about your skills. I check for soul connections, looking for lost things, missing things, or troublesome things, particularly where people of power and influence are concerned. I'm a cipher. In Glenfath, we were once known as Ricyaquin Mine Hunters. Nice title, yes, but it wasn't until the Animancers began working with my kind 40 years ago that we truly understood our powers. Now we make some of the best detectives in the world. Tracing souls, we can look at a person and see where they have been, or look at a weapon and see who has touched it. Useful for solving crimes, as you imagine. Okay. Well, if you're not going to help me, who do I go to help? I could try and find the Crucible Knights headquarters. Does that maybe help? I can't lockpick any of these. Can I look at stuff without them thinking I'm going to steal it? I assume I can, right? So there's nobody in here that... I guess I could try upstairs. You'd never be able to find this place because it's not even labelled as what you'd expect it to be. It's obviously all in ciphers because, I mean, why wouldn't you have it in ciphers? Morgranic Benediction. That door's locked. You're all agents. I don't want to steal from these people. I just want to talk to them. She'll send for you. Right, okay. So I can't get anything relating to that yet. I'm going to try and find the Knights headquarters. I assume it's going to be in this area. I assume it'd be the fort. Is it not? There isn't really a fort here, though. Sanitarium? Oh, it's probably in the first fires. Let's try that. There's a guy here who's an obvious quest giver that I'm just ignoring. First fires. Has to be here. Has to be. You would have your fort close. Wait, let me have a look at the world map again. Oh, wait, then this is literally it. This is the Crucible Keep. Let's go talk to the people in here. There's got to be somebody here that can help me. Justicar Aldmer.
How do you do?
Every day we get more and more from the hinterlands pouring into Defiance Bay. Keep us busy on the watch, it does. You look like you recently arrived here yourself. Who are you? A soldier of the Crucible Knights and proud of it. I help keep everything running at the keep so that the commander, Cleaver, can focus on important matters. Looking for something? Or just knocking the dirt off your boots? What goes on in the Crucible Keep? This is the headquarters of the Crucible Knights. So this is where we store our arms and armor, as well as many of our soldiers' bunk. Commander Cleaver's in the back, making plans as usual. You'll find the forge at the west end of the building, along with our Master Smith, Dunstan. There's also a shrine to Golem. If you're a praying type, tell me about the Crucible Knights. We're defenders of Defiance Bay. We're not exactly a formal knighthood, but don't tell Commander Cleaver I said that. We were the first organised militia to oppose Adarian rule, and today we're the largest force in the city. Our soldiers undergo years of combat training, and our officers are required to have their souls read by that critter out in Durrid Row. What's this about Durrid Row? Just a requirement of Crucible Knights, so the higher-ups know there's nothing messy built in your soul's past. Keeping the ranks pure is fine. By me, I just wish they were more careful in hiring their ciphers. What's wrong with the ciphers? He shifts his weight and glances at the empty halls. They're mostly Orlans. I'm sure they're talented enough, but you just can't trust them. Hostility in their nature, and they've learned to hide it over the years. He frowns and crosses his arms. All I'm saying is they should at least be supervised by other folk. That's reasonable enough, isn't it? If people treated them better, you wouldn't have to worry about them being so hostile. I'm just speaking the truth. Nowadays, it seems that it's the biggest crime of all. Is this sand, or is this... Ooh, a level up for you. Yeah, stealth seems to be... No, survival seems to be your thing. Swift aim. The range is reducing accuracy but increasing fire rate and reload time. Nope. Giving the silver boost when subject to the same AoE attack. No. This bonus will get the name of the winner. The ranger gets accuracy bonus when fighting an enemy already engaged by the animal companion. That is a definite maybe. Giving a damage bonus to an enemy creature suffering damage over time. Effects. Self plus 50% damage against targets affected by damage over time. Effects plus 15 deflection against ranged attacks. Maybe. I think I'm gonna go with Stalker's Link.
Hey,
Any of these people that I care about? Nope, they're random people. I think I maybe had to have gone to that place. Are you a person? Weiler. The Justicar gaze flicks over to you briefly before returning to the Novitas gathered in the training room. If this is about patrols, my Novitas are already stretched to their limit. Between the refugee influx and the mess at Heritage Hall, I simply don't have any units to spare. I'm sorry, was there something else you needed? Is something wrong with Heritage Hall? What isn't wrong is the real question. A whole district of walking, flesh-eating corpses. We sealed the area 2 months ago, just after I lost one of my finest commanders there, and yet this is the second guard rotation to disappear. There's already enough rumours about the place floating around the keep without my soldiers whispering about those disappearances. I'd just as soon abandon the district, but if those monsters should find a way out, I could look into it. After what I've just told you, you want to go to Heritage Hill. I've lost trained soldiers there. Why should I let anyone else in? Just seems like you could use some help. If people are disappearing, someone's got to figure out what's happening to them. If you're so eager to rush to your death, I won't stop you. And if you're somehow able to put a stop to this, you've got my permission to enter Heritage Hall. I'll send word to the guards at the gate. Cool. Another quest. Zombies feel like a lower level of enemy, you know, an enemy that maybe I can deal with. This is a shrine to the guy. I don't know what that guy is. I'm not a worshipper. You know what? I'm like 99% convinced now that if I go out of here, I will be able to now talk to that guy about what I was talking about before. I'm like 99% sure. But could you imagine if I did all of that and then nothing happened? Yeah, I'm gonna do it anyway. I know it's one of those situations where it's like, but what if it doesn't do anything? But I think it'll be fine. It's not that far away, right?
Ah, the life of a traveler. So many ruins to uncover, places to see.
I mean, this is only like 15-minute journeys, right? Yeah. Oh, quest giver. We're gonna ignore you. Boo-doo. Most games will occur with the passage of games. Hello, you.
Good day to you.
Nope. You can't help me. How can I prove his forgery when they won't even... Okay. We're gonna have to find this guy in the fort and tell him that we want the breastplate back. It's cost us a lot of time, but I thought that would trigger something. Why can't I ask that guy? Hey, go like, hey, the Crucible Knights are really racist. Can you please tell me, like, what happened with these people? So that I can use it against them. You know? Think that's fair? Let's talk to Durston first, though. Is that his name? Forge guy?
If this is about the breastplates, I already told Cleaver they won't be repaired till next week.
Tell me about the Knights.
We were all smiths back in Hodred's day, though I'm about the only one here who still gets his hands dirty. We're a fearsome fighting force. Though these days, I think Cleaver takes more pride in our parade formations.
He thinks himself a progressive man, but but he's obsessed with soul lineages and connections to Drywood's heroes of old. Other than Druid's Row, who really knows any about any of that though? Is this is the barracks, right? I could just try and steal it, but I don't think that's the right thing to do. That's just a random Justicar. Did I go in here? Penhelms, what's this? Signed by both Penhelm and... Okay. Can I take this? I can take that. It wasn't even considered stealing. Why wasn't that considered stealing? Who is Owen? That feels like that was quest important. I'm not going to steal it, though. Okay, that has to be the quest thing. You know what? I'm more than 99% sure now. You could say I'm 99.5% sure. You could go a bit higher, but I'm not willing to go that high. We're going to go check if this is legitimate. And if it is legitimate, great. If it isn't legitimate, we have something we can use as leverage. And then we can use it to get him to give the breastplate back. And then just give it to the commander anyway. Because I know that that's going to be a situation where it's like, you can either not deal with this thing and you piss off the Oric guy. You can either, like, you can rat him out and get the breastplate back and get him out, or you can do like one or the other, you know.
Good day, stranger.
Is this Adviv real? It's signed by you. He holds the paper but seems to stare through the words, as if something woven in the fabric of the as if at something woven in the fabric of the paper. Gurren bares his pointed teeth. I remember Penhelm, a preening peacock of a man, his mouth dry and hands moist when I told him he was a sole descendant of an Adarian general, one who fought against the Hadrit rebellion. He scans the edif. A forgery, and not the first I've seen. He hands it back to you, but I've no time for the knights and their obsessions. Bring this to his commander, Cliver, and show him the seal. If he compares it with another, he should be able to spot the differences. Doom a man for the soul the gods gave him seems rather unfair.
Hey.
That is unfair. To doom a man because his soul happened to have...
This elder of yours, he may have returned a drunk or an invalid.
Maybe. But the search
Oh, there's
for
Penhelm.
Ursa is just as important as what I find.
Just talked to that little cipher, did you? One of my Nuvatars told me he'd seen someone in the records room. He takes a slow step towards you and extends his hand. Give me the Advid. I've done nothing to you. Your superior deserves to know the truth. What truth? That over a century ago I was some Idarian who's dust in the ground now? I'll ask you one more time. Give that back. Don't be a fool. We're in public. Which is why everyone will be shocked to hear you assaulted a company of Crucible Knights without provocation, including one with such a spotless record as mine. Oh, he just immediately attacks us.
Hey,
You know, I might not have. I might not have actually, like,
Following your lead.
done anything.
Mm-hmm.
How may I help?
I genuinely considered if you were just given back
What?
the thing I wanted, I was just going to be like, sure.
Is that right? You return empty-handed.
Okay, everybody's in the fight. Okay, you do this. You do this.
Hey there.
Charm this boy. Oh, wait, you.
I?
Do another one. You can go back to shooting him.
Hey,
How are you doing? Knock him down. At least try to.
Yes?
How are you doing? You're looking fine.
Ready, Watcher.
Yeah, move out of the way.
I'm here.
join arms!
What do we do here? You? You're fine, actually. You're doing fine. Knock him down again. You know what? It's probably worth me hunter's marking you. Unless you're going to be down before that happens. I don't think that's what's going to happen. No, we don't need this. What do we need? This.
Sacre!
Ready,
You
Watcher.
hit him. No, you know what? Go for him. Put the hunting mark on him.
What?
She seems fun.
Hey,
What is this?
of course.
What is this? Sprained... Why did you have a sprained wrist? Right, I'm gonna go tell the people about this first. That wasn't... I was gonna let him go. That's not on me. This isn't a morally grey decision.
Adair, you have said you fought in the Saints' War, but for which side?
The one that blew up my god.
For which side? The one that blew up my guard. Yeah, I'd like to talk with your leader. Where would he be? War room? I didn't see him in there. But I feel like if he was going to be anywhere, he'd be in the war room.
Just don't have the map.
Commander Cleaver stands in front of a massive table, studying a map. His expression is set in a grim frown. Refugees from every corner of Drywood. The dozens getting them all riled up about animancy. At this rate, we'll need twice the soldiers to patrol Defiance Bay. He opens his mouth to say something to one of his men, but he follows the soldier's gaze over his shoulder. Yes, can I help you with something? You're in charge of the Crucible Knights? Here in Defiance Bay, anyhow. The High Justice is the leader of our order, but he's currently stationed at Fleetbreaker Castle. My job is to oversee our forces in Defiance Bay and to keep order for the Duck. Was there something else you wanted to know? Why don't you have enough soldiers?
Fleetbreaker Castle. The High Justice has summoned almost half of my novitiates and more of my justiciars to a keep on the other side of New Hailmar. It's not for me to question the High Justice's orders, but it's left us short-handed. And mark me, we're just a couple sparks away from anarchy.
Is there any way I can help? I know how to handle myself. Always refreshing to meet someone who'd rather fix a problem than complain about it. Forge Master Dunstan is working with an Animancer scholar to build what we're calling Forge Knights, warriors that can patrol our suites without suffering fatigue, disobedience, or fear. Some agitators throw a rock at him. We don't have to worry about things getting out of hand. He constructed the armor, but we need the scholar's research. Fortunately, she hasn't been around the last few times when my novices have checked. Vienna lives with the rest of the Scriveners out in Copper Lane, but I haven't had the soldiers to spare a moment. Spare at the moment. Go to the Scrivener's dormitory and see if you can find her. When you get the research, just bring it to Dunstan. That's his area of expertise anyway. Once you brought him the research, he can sell you any arms or armor if you need. He forges and repairs all of our equipment. You won't find a more capable smith in Defiance Bay. Perfect. That's literally a mission that takes me out back to where I want to go.
Strange place for a shrine to Abidan, Crucible Keep. Maybe it made more sense at some point before it gathered all that dust. The only thing the Knights of the Crucible worship these days is the nobility, as far as I understand it.
I know some of the soldiers who got recruited by the Knights after the war was over. They told me some about it. They got these young kids in there and they tell them about blacksmithing, about the revolution, and about tradition. Talk about the Golem like he created the Crucible Knights in his forge to go win Drywood's independence. Then they join, and it turns out any of those knights ever talk about when are we gonna get recognized as a knighthood? When are we getting our titles in our land? Their High Justice wants to be an earl. Says it's Ibadan's will. He's got a castle and an army. You wouldn't know how long you'll wait before he starts a war over it, saying Ibadan told him to. It seems like some members do still take their ideals seriously. You see it with the older knights, some of them. They were taught differently. I feel for them, seeing as all that slowly wearing away around them, with nothing to be done because the wrong people are in charge. Shame they don't have better people leading them.
Hey.
I could lead them. I'm not better people, but I could lead them. Those are unrelated stories. I could lead them. Wielding a single one-handed weapon with no shield confers an accuracy bonus to all attacks, which can be useful. Copper Lane. Driving in my car just after a beer. Oh, look there. Something good here. Let's go Scriveners because it's nearer. Okay, I feel like I need to move you to here.
Hey.
So, like, when we're doing the move up. Yeah, I think that's better. Scriveners. Dun dun dun. I would like my Forge Knights. You.
Good day, stranger.
I'm looking for Vienna. I like Vienna. She always talked about Metal Man, which is strange since I'm pretty sure she doesn't eat Snowcap. I don't talk about Metal Man either, and I do eat Snowcap. Huh. Anyway, she's not here right now. Flew over to Andre's gift to visit her friend, Bessie. Not Classy. Yeah, no, Classy. Yes, Classier. Classier is the friend she's gone to meet in Ondu's gift, in a house, not a boat, North House, empty house. Ondu's gift has a lot of boats. We should go rowing sometime. Well, perfect. That means that the next place I can go to is Ondra's Gift. Ondra's Gift? Ondra's Gift. Oh, I lost them to bandits? Well, I mean, that's to be expected. How long do we have? We finished in a day and a 40 hours. Okay, that's fine. Next, we go to this place. Oh, I see. That Bind the Nimble is a rotten bastard, apparently. I've come to help myself too. Is this the armor you wanted? Osric wavers a moment in disbelief. He looks at you, then back at the breastplate. He reaches for it slowly as if expecting it to disappear before he can touch it. How did you manage that? You were right about the Adif. Unfortunately, Penhelm forced me into a fight. A shame it ended like that. But he stayed the lying weasel who started this. You did all I asked, and you are owed much. He withdraws a leather coin purse from his pocket and hands it to you. Stop by Solid's shop on the other side of the hall. She sells some of the best gear in the city. And I'll see that she opens her inventory to you. Sure. That was like a win-win. I don't even think that was a morally grey decision.
Well met, friend.
Show me your wares. Exceptional weaponry, eh? What is an exceptional weapon give you? Increased accuracy, increased damage. What weapon do I use? I think that's what I'd want, right? Is there anything... They're just exceptional stuff. I mean, this stuff is insane as well, obviously. Okay, what is the Braces of the All-Consuming Rage? They just give you +2 might, +1 con. So they're not as scary as you initially expect. She's good at making bows, it seems. Can I get enough to get that bow? Let's have a look. Sword, 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 shield. Gun? Armors? I think we want some of these brass plates, right? $40 gold each. I don't think we can get to the point where we can buy this, sadly. I can get rid of these scrolls that I know I'll never use. No, we're not at the point where we can buy that. Okay.
Hey,
We'll have to come back. Exceptional weaponry is definitely something I want to get, but we're no luck there. So, plan. Go to Ondra's dock. Ondra's port? Ondra's gift.
Of all the things I've gotten used to, food was the hardest to judge.
And then we go over to there. We go to the abandoned house. North abandoned house is what he said. North abandoned house. We go talk to her. She's probably been killed, but we can probably take her notes. Just because I always assume the worst. My guess is the dozens. North abandoned house. That's an abandoned house and it's north. Perfect. These are just addicts. They're just people who are addicted. Never mind, it must be more north. God, weirdly when I talk, I get these pain occasionally here. That's worrying. That abandoned house, then. It's the more northern one. Why did he call it abandoned if he said his friend... if he said that her friend lived there? That's what I don't understand. This feels like I'm about to be attacked. This feels like I'm about to be attacked, like, soon. As you enter the room, you see several figures huddled together. They stand at attention, armed, but not in matched gear like the Crucible Knights. At the center of the group, one woman looms over another, holding a flail. She snarls at the cowering figure. You've got pages of research here. You expect me to believe this is just your scratch work? It's nothing. I promise, just my notes. You hear a painful smack as the woman backhands her captive. We know you were meeting with the Crucible Knights. You think they're the only ones with power in the city? They call us the Dozen for a reason. Now I won't ask you again. At a nudge from one of her men, the woman turns and sees you watching. Her eyes narrow. You shouldn't be here. Let her go, and I'll pretend I never saw this. It's too late for that. Okay.
Hey.
Ready, Watcher.
Hey there.
I don't like that lie.
Yes?
You can focus him.
What?
You can focus him.
Following
Undo.
your lead.
You focus that.
Brave Dalfilatio.
Hey.
Thank
No, the dog! The dog! You dinguses, die!
Yes?
Get him! Focus this guy down. They hurt my fox friend. Kill them.
Mm-hmm.
Lava.
What is... It's a priest? What is this? Dazed?
Following your lead.
Like this? It didn't do anything. I hope that dog's okay. I keep calling it a dog. It's a fox, isn't it? This dude's particularly tanky, I'll say that. Go on. Vienna's face is covered in bruises and her eyes are wide with shock and relief. I don't know who you are, but thank you. Rapid, hitching breaths puncture her words. I was sure they were going to kill me. She wipes a tear from her cheek, wincing as her knuckles graze a bruise. What happened here? I thought I was coming here to meet my friend from the Republics. It looks like I walked into a trap. The Dozens must have been watching me for a while. I've been working on a special project for the Crucible Knights, and they weren't exactly subtle about contacting me. about this project. It deals with a rather rare branch of animancy. No offense, but I probably shouldn't get too specific without Commander Cliver's permission. He commissioned it after all. And you can see the trouble a little indiscretion has gotten me. Tell me about yourself. I studied animancy in Ozia, back in the Valan Republics. I came to Defiance Bay to research local advances. But instead of going to Brackenbury Sanitarium, I found a position as a scrivener at the Temple of Whale. I've had access to many rare manuscripts that most animancers never see. Of course, I've had to keep my head down. I've been careful not to let the head librarian or my colleagues know what I'm working on. Let's get out of here. Commander Clive of the Crucible Knight is waiting for my research. Not that you haven't done a lot for me, but maybe you could take it to him? I've kept it with me to prevent it from falling into the wrong hands, but as you can see how well that worked out. She took it from me when I arrived. She takes a deep breath. Anyhow, don't wait on me. I can make my own way out of here. Okay. What do these X's mean? Ah, got it. That's what it means. Quest diamond's been added to the stash. Boom.
Hey. All right, then.
Right then, that was perfect. We only got attacked a tiny bit. But that's fine. That's expected. Okay, actually, let me have a look at my equipment first. So we got this flail. That is just a fine flail. And then this. Movement speed +1. Deflection against ranged attacks. Recovery speed -50%. That's a new assumed. Okay. This might be better than what you're using. Okay, more recovery speed. And you lose all of that stuff. What about you? Less damage reduction, but you get all the bonuses. I think that's better. Cool. Burst fires. If we can get these Forge Knights working, that'll be perfect. Look, I'm not saying that the Crucible Knights are better. They just haven't given that bad of an impression immediately. And first impressions are a huge thing for me. Like, there's one racist person on their side. There's one dick. But, like, there was at least 5 dicks that I've met at the moment. Maybe more. With the other group. And so... Have you found that Villana yet? Dunstan needs her research. I've got Vienna's notes. Well done. Bring them to Dunstan at once. When you've finished, I have more work for you. Someone else on your mind? I think this is what you've been looking for?
That's what Cleaver's been looking for anyway. If you found it, I guess I've got to start.
You don't sound too happy about this. I'm not. I've made it clear to Cliver that this is a mistake. Trying to harvest souls like this? It's a crime against the gods, and it's bound to earn more trouble than it saves. But Cleaver given me his orders, and I've got to build these things as best as I can. Anyway, Cleaver's told me I'm to sell you any arms or armor you might want. You won't find any better in Defiance Bay, I can promise you that.
Time to see if that Valian was worth all that blood and copper.
He takes a polished breastplate and goes to work. Let's see if he makes it. I'd love to...
Be honest, even I wasn't expecting it to work this well. Back to it. Cleaver will want me to finish the rest of them. And it sounded like he has a job for you, too.
Show me what you have for sale. The White Spire. A unique two-handed S-stock that inflicts disorienting and allows you blizzard. Couple of fine weapons, but no exceptional. Oh, you make exceptional armor. That's the difference. I get it. You make better armor. Saints War is unique medium armor that gives you damage reduction. How much? 7? Where I could get like unique armor here that does. Which one does? Which medium armor does it? So this one, you'd have so much more damage reduction on this. But you would lose what the Saint has. I mean, let's just sell a bunch of stuff first to you. Because for some reason, even though I had this in my stash, it put it back in my inventory. I don't think... Obviously, I'm going to want to buy armor from you, if anything. And I don't think there's anything here I'm, like, over the moon to buy from you. I mean, something like that isn't bad, but... Do I buy that just to have it? It uses a lot of my money, but, like, is that bad? I don't need it.
Hey.
Do I? I don't really need it. There's no need to do that. Right, Cleaver, what do you want to talk to me about? Hopefully your mission is in some place that I actually want to go to. If not, it may take the back burner. If it takes me out of the city, I'm not doing it now. Was there any more you needed me to do?
Dunstan will complete the first squad of Forge Knights in no time. Now the High Justice will want to have his Forge Masters at Fleetbreaker Castle create more. I've made a copy of Viana's research, and the High Justice has sent a courier to Anslog's Compass to retrieve it. The dozens have gotten too active for the courier to come to Defiance Bay. And after Viana's kidnapping, we've got to assume they know about our plans. That's why I'm sending you to deliver the research. You shouldn't be recognizable to the dozens. Yet.
We're in the thick of it now, if the High Justice is involved, considering a political career out here, Ligara. But after this, I expect they'll learn of your association with us, and they won't be too happy about it, neither. Neither will the Dogamanels. They're trying to expand the family business, and they resent us for standing in the way. Consider it done.
Anslog's Compass is a small lagoon just north of Defiance Bay. Your contact will be a commander named Arenroad. She'll meet you by the docks. Return to me when you've finished. The High Justice has made the expansion of the Forge Knights his top priority, which means it's mine as well.
Right, so we're not doing that immediately because it'll piss off every other group. They've tried to make that brutally obvious there, that it's going to piss off every other group, right? So instead we're going to do a bit more exploring. And by a bit more exploring is, we're going to go to the area that I think was the most interesting immediately. And so the most interesting area for me was Brackenbury. I want to see what's happening with Brackenbury. We've done a bit of the stuff down there with the Lady Webb and the Sherlock Holmes people.
You fought for the Deerwood in the Saints' War?
We better grab a couple pints before you get me going on that one.
No complaints here.
Good
Hello.
day to you.
A woman stands in the shade of a garden muttering to herself. She's fixated on the pages of a large and well-worn tome, seemingly oblivious to the blooming flowers and the cool, fragrant breeze. She only looks up when your shadow crosses her page. Do you mind? I'm rather busy. What are you so busy with? I'm studying soul attachment. We all know that souls move into to people at birth and out of them at death, but we still have a lot of questions about what makes them stick, so to speak. What do you mean about making them stick? Soul power bodies, souls power bodies and give their tissue life, but only when they're firmly attached. Its separation leads to a whole spat of soul-related ailments, including the hollowborn. But if we are to understand how to reattach souls, we could end Waywind's legacy, maybe even conquer death. That's the theory, anyway. Unfortunately, I don't have all the research I need to put it into practice. What exactly do you need? There's a manuscript called the Theorems of Padawan. It contains research from Padawan's experiments on detached souls. The Hall of Revealed Mysteries is rumoured to have a copy in the Elder's archives. Padawan's work is considered to be one of the more daring animancy texts, not something generally circulating among novices, nor easy to get a hold of. I wonder if we might have a peek at it? The theorems could advance my research by leaps and bounds. Grimda, the High Archivist, worships Whale, which means she has some paradoxical views on sharing and restricting knowledge, and since she's not exactly a proponent of animancy, she tends to restrict the kind of information that would be useful to me. I'm sorry to hear that. Look at me, spilling my troubles. It's kind of you to listen, but I should really get back to my work. Anything else? You'll never believe what I found. You, Lady of Lament, you really found it! Nadir cradles the musty tome like a newborn. I can't believe it, it really exists. She looks back at you. Thank you so much. This will be invaluable. She almost turns to the book, but at the last moment she remembers herself. Gives you a bag of coin. I was glad to help. Anything else? Boom! Done! I knew that was important. Do we want to go into this place? Sanitarium. What is that place? Is this the animancy place? The sanitarium? That wasn't in that place that's been taken over. Noble animancy. Verna. Nope. Who's this person? Bivouac. What about you? You important? Nope. I'm guessing most of the people who are godsworn are probably not actually people that are important. Because people who are godsworn probably don't do as much. Like, there's probably not a lot of them, and if there are ones, they're probably, like, worshipped or kept in company. What is this place? Hello?
Well met, friend.
A woman paces back and forth, her feet crunching on the soft red carpet. She gestures and mumbles to herself, shaking her head as she pores over pages of notes. She almost walks into you. Ecosia, here I am, looking so hard for answers in my research that I did not see the kith standing in front of me. What can I do? What do you do here? According to my research grant, I study awakenings. Superlative pre-awakening souls have been one of Animancy's greatest successes, and I am working on a method to replicate the power of an awakened soul. But the truth is that I find few suitable subjects here. Waidwin's legacy has left plenty of awakened souls, but most are too broken for study. I fear I will turn to Revu with nothing to show for my efforts. I'm awakened. I've been recalling flashes of a past life. Most interesting, but not the kind of awakening I can study, I'm afraid. I need someone whose awakened soul can be triggered with predictable stimuli, souls such as as these tend to manifest as alternate personalities in the host, but I thank you for the offer. I mean, he exists, but I'm guessing we don't know the stimuli. Animancy scribbles fervently on a parchment scroll, while his free hand dances through the air, counting off unseen objects. His lips move in silent discourse. As your shadow falls over his scroll, he looks at you with mild perplexity and irritation. What are you working on? My area of focus is witches, more specifically how to cure them. What's a witch? A hollowborn who received a transplanted animal soul during infancy, one of the Animancer's early efforts to cure the legacy, if not a successful one. They show signs of developmental abnormalities throughout their childhood, but when they reach adolescence, they become aggressive, feral, but still victims in need of care. Transplanting animal souls into children seems like an odd solution. We Animancers were trying to do something about the crisis, better than letting it swallow a generation of children. He stares at a fixed point in the far wall, and despite the controversy, it only went so far because at first it seemed to work. People called it the salvation. Children that had never been responsive to any kind of stimuli suddenly seemed aware of their surroundings, of their families. The complication didn't begin until puberty, but that's when the incompatibility between bodies and souls takes shape. Children became violent, ravenous, but we paid dearly for our mistakes, I promise you. Angry mobs hunted down animancers and burned down their homes while they're still inside, often as not. People took to calling it the cruel salvation, and many still loathe us for it. But we wanted to stop the legacy as much as anyone. The public begged for our help, and we did the best we could. I still don't know if that absolves us. Why do you study witches? What kind of question is that? Just think of all the families that could be healed, the lives that could be restored. What could be more important? Animancy has answers here. I know it. It's simply a matter of working it out. Don't be quick about it, and don't touch anything. The sanitarium has lax visitor policies, but I don't. In the corner of Moderate's lab rests a large weathered trunk. It seems likely to contain something important, if only by virtue of its size. The lack of dust on the trunk surface and the long scratches on the tile flooring suggest that the trunk is frequently used and moved throughout the laboratory, despite its considerable size. Deep yet narrow gorges score the wood at the edges of the trunk. They look like claw marks. No, that's a person. That's a witch in there. I'm not touching that. That's a witch. It's a witch and he has a cage in his blimmin' room. I'm not dealing with that. No, 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 no. That's above my pay grade. My pay grade is nothing. I have no pay. I actually do get a regular pay. But that's beside the point. We've checked here. Let's go check the other place for quests. And then if we don't get any quests here, we can go into the zombie area and see if there's anything cool there.
Have you ever chased a skirt wizard?
Don't pawn your personal problems off on me.
They will use you, cast you off.
Ark of Gaith.
Never speak another word to you.
Maybe they just don't answer to fiery whore.
Nope. I mean, I love that they have all these short stories that people have made. And then I assume people have made and they've done stuff for. But not my kind of thing.
Well met, friend.
What business do you have in House Dumenel? Tell me about House Dumenel. It's an odd, old and respected family. Much of Defiance Bay's prosperity is due to the business. Farewell. I love how you can just attack them. Like, that's just an option.
I haven't had a reminder in a while.
What happened?
One of them heard me tell a joke about a glam felon youth with frostbite somewhere sensitive. Kids repeat everything.
I meant just now.
Okay. It seems I'm allowed in here without being immediately pushed out. So there's that. That's something. They're borderline telling me to explore.
Hail, traveler.
If you have business to discuss, make an appointment with my attendant. I don't have time for unexpected guests. Okay. I'm still going to look around your house, because seemingly you have a very lax security policy. Father never reads to me. He's always busy with his own books. Yeah, sounds bad, mate. He might just be very busy. Okay, so I can't go upstairs. That's where they hold the line. They're not allowing upstairs. I could have backhanded that guy, but I don't think that would have been very useful. Maybe if there was something in here I actually wanted. I'm assuming this is the pub for the fancy dignitaries. That's a bit mean. The young elf is dressed in gaudy robes that he seems to have cast off. Seems ready to cast off. He picks at a heavily broached sleeve and continuously adjusts the gold chain around his neck. He looks at you. Did she send you to run me out of town? You can tell her I'm not going anywhere without a medallion. I told Sorel I wouldn't let her sell it. If that's what you hear about, then save yourself the trouble. I'm not after you, but maybe I can help. That's a relief, but I don't see how. Sorel's a courtesan over the salty mass in Ondra's gift. We've been working together for over a year now. I find a noble with more money than sense, fill him up with liquor and send him her way. They have a good time and Sorel takes a fee. And a little extra. 100 coppers here, trinket there. It's a bounty for us, and those lords and ladies never notice anything missing. Go on. Anyway, we always split the bounty until a week ago. She takes a necklace off some noble. It's an Egwythian medallion, damn near priceless. That relic is sacred to my clan, but she won't part with it for any sum I could afford. And even if I wanted to, I can't go home without it. That's a hard thing. Tell me more about your situation. What do you want to know? What makes the medallion so important? I grew up in Glanfath with the Shattering Spear clan. We Glanfathians have protected Ingwithian ruins for thousands of years. It's one duty that the gods ask of us in exchange for the freedom to live as we please. But treasure hunters looted the ruins in our territory, and we left the wilds we dwelled in for generations. Most of our clanmates scattered to towns around the Drywood and probably live on crusts of bread. Restoring this medallion to the ruins would earn us the gods' forgiveness. The Shattering Spear could go home. This is rather fascinating. A single medallion to earn the gods' favour and so return home. It rather reminds me of a story I heard somewhere. Tell me about Sorel. She's a courtesan at the Salty Mist over in Ondra's gift. She wasn't born to much, but she's done what she has to in order to escape that. She's a good friend. Without her, I'd probably be living hand to mouth, like the rest of the Shattering Spear. But this isn't about her or me. It's about 40 people in my clan and the way of life we've lived for generations. You seem like you've done well enough for yourself. It was this or scrape by in the gutter like the rest of my clan, but I'd give it all for that medallion. I've offered too, and it's worth more than anything I've got, and Sorel knows it. That's all I wanted to ask. I'll see what I can do about getting that medallion from Sorel. You'll find her in the Salty Mast. The only way anyone sees her these days is by paying, so you'll have to go through Maya. But whatever you do, please don't hurt her. Oh, I would never hurt her. Take that. Understudy. Wow. Noten. Begging your pardon. Oh, it's you! It's good to see you. We had a rough few days here, but we found this place, and they were kind enough to hire us both. Things have been wonderful. I can't tell you how much we appreciate what you've done. Oh! Oh, that's cool.
Greetings.
Well met. What brings you to the Charred Barrel? Is this your place? It's my retirement. Used to be a warehouse back when Brackenbury saw more ship traffic, but it fell out of use when the area became mostly residential. I inherited it from some great uncle who never had any luck pawning it off on one of my cousins. Now it's the most popular spot in Brackenbury. The nobles come here to unwind, and the kids from other districts come to mingle. We've got a few rough types too, but they behave in here. Besides, the coins are as good as anywhere else. Who are you? I was the cartographer for the Duck for decades. Crossed the White March half a dozen times and mapped most of the ruins of Thine Bog. A good career, but one suited to younger men. When I came back to Defiance Bay for good, Cliver and a few other friends in the Knights helped me get the rights to refurbish this place. There's strong ale, quality entertainment, and a fresh sea breeze. What more can a man want? Are there any adventurers that I could hire? Indeed, take your pick. Nope.
How do you do?
Show me your menu. What do you have? Dragon meat dish? It's more expensive than the armor I was trying to buy. Who's Victor? Oh.
Hey,
Am I allowed in here? A random cook. Am I allowed down here? What the heck is this? That's just bandits. They're called bandits. Just having a little chat with my associates. Fair enough. They're not doing anything to me. That's a quest location if I ever saw one. Thought so. Thought so. Are these just going to be people that I don't know? They're just pirates. Mawith watches you through column-rimmed eyes. She put her hands on her belt. We don't know each other, stranger. Best we keep it that way. What brings you to the Charred Barrel? What's that look like? What's it look like? Good wine and a little peace and quiet. And Skirians don't ask too many questions. Okay. Okay, so there's bandits and pirates. That's a lot of people. A lot of bad people. Well, we've checked this area, but we can go to Ondra's now, or we could go deal with some zombies. Ondra's or zombies? Ondra's, zombies. We could start off tomorrow with zombies. I think that makes sense. That makes the most sense, to start off tomorrow with zombies. Not tomorrow, I mean next week. Right, where do we want to go first? The Salty Mast is the first place. We've already sort of taken out one of the major areas here. What's this? Grab his purse and go. Oh God. Are you okay, good sir? The man with fancy clothes are ripped, and blood flows from a fresh cut above his eye. He tries to push himself up, but his arms are shaking. He winces painfully. Thank you. My head. I can't believe they just attacked you in the middle of the street. Neither can I. It's a rough part of town, but the rebels never been violent. Even a night with Iquail isn't worth this. They're just attacking people?
Nothing like this in Gilded Vale. Just Wallaroon of the Milkmaid.
Captain Pepperjack!
She knew
What a
she was
name!
doing.
Overfried cod, watered ale, and prostitution. A bastion of Deerwooden culture.
I hope you aren't expecting to find the leaden key in here.
Visit new lands, see the sights.
Hello.
I do love travel.
The unknown woman watches you suspiciously. One hand is tensed at the shoulder, but as you approach, she relaxes and gives you a friendly, if weary smile. I don't see many outfitted like you who aren't looking for trouble. You aren't looking for trouble, are you? What kind of trouble are you having? The kind that's bad for business. Local rowdies have taken to harassing my hard-working boys and girls, and our customers, they start showing up after this rash of Hollowborn, and they've been driving my regulars away. There aren't too many people who care about what happens in places like the Gift, but word is you're an exception. The knights are too busy sniffling at duck avars to bother with us commoners, and I'd just as soon not deal with the bureaucracy anyway. Tell me how I can help. These thugs tend to roam in groups, which suggests to me that they aren't random incidents. You put a stop to these attacks, and I'll find a real nice way to thank you. Got me? Cover your ears, lad. I've got questions. Shoot. What do you know about these attacks? You only have to step outside to see it for yourself. Those thugs out there are just waiting to cause trouble for anyone coming or going. Maybe they would have let you pass, however. I'll see what I can find.
Now to find a home for my other staff.
Boo. Who is this?
Welcome.
Not from around here, are you? You need a local girl to show you the highlights? Looking for you and one of them. And what local attraction would you recommend? I'd rather show than tell. Maybe another time. What about these people? Nope. What about this person? Nope. Cool.
Welcome.
Care for the story. I tell all the best stories. It's my club anyway. What club? The club for refined and prestigious gentlemen. Wait, if you don't know about the club, you must be... Ugh. Where was I? Oh, you must be hear about the ring. The ring. Have to have that to get into the lounge. They don't just let anyone in, you know. It's the most exclusive club in Defiance Bay. And whatever you do, don't tell me that you're new or... Wood's eyes are red-rimmed and unfocused. He stares into a filthy mug as if searching for something. He shivers and takes another drink. Why don't you take one of them stools over there? No one else for me to go. Not with the wife in the state and my boy, my...
Good day, stranger.
What'll it be? No, I don't want to learn about that. What about you? You're just a random brothel patron. What about you, Ulrika?
Hello.
You have me at a loss. How can I afford time with such a magnificent creature? Never mind. The older man seems to walk with a slight limp. He doesn't say anything, but he stops and regards you with interest. What's wrong with your leg? I got it. Why is that free? I just stole from them. Can I go in here? I can't. So I can't go up there because it's an exclusive club thing, right? Okay, let's do the if I can get in good graces of these people, maybe then I can ask them about the courtesan. I prefer the word courtesan over what they seem to be considered, which is prostitutes. What we have here, another tourist in the gift. Let's give him a proper welcome. Let's talk this through. I'm afraid you're missing the point, friend. No, I was trying to save your life.
Following your lead.
That's all.
Ready, Watcher.
But it seems that you don't have a life you believe worth saving, eh?
Yeah?
It's a shame to hear that. It's a real shame.
Aye?
What?
Yes?
Hey there.
You know, I could just do this.
Aye?
Aha, now it's 2v2.
What?
Hey,
Knock him down.
Hey there.
Okay, let's do it. Why have I not gotten enough yet? He killed his own boy. Jesus.
Ready, Watcher.
Following your lead.
hey.
Hey there.
How did he just ruthlessly killed his own blimmin' boy?
Hey.
How is that fair? Yep. Rusty bronze key, eh?
All right, then.
So we got to figure out where that key goes, eh? I mean, they were right here. There's no way it's Oda's house, right? I mean, I'll check. Because they were standing right outside this place. The woman looks like she hasn't slept in days. Her hair is a rat nest of tangles and her eyes are lined with shadows. She casts an anxious glance at the door. Are you here about Dervin? No, but if there's something I can help with, I will. It's my son. His father, Word, took him fishing 2 days ago, and I haven't seen them since. The neighbours are no help, and the city watch hardly bothers with the gift these days. I'd be out on the dock looking for myself, but I can't leave the baby. I don't dare take a hollowborn out with the violence near the brothel. You have a hollowborn baby? Redwin's legacy is as potent in Defiance Bay as anywhere else. People are scared and looking for someone to blame, whether it's these women, the brothel, the families of these poor babies. Might be nice if a god or two stepped in and set people straight. Maybe that's just me. I don't approve of what goes on at Mayor's Place, but those attacks won't earn us the god's mercy, and it only made it harder to earn a living. Tell me more about these disappearances. What do you want to know? You know what? I don't need to. I'll be back. I don't know how to thank you. I don't know how much to spare these days, but Andrew's betting for you anything you can do. It's no worries. Literally no worries, because I know where that person is. I remember hearing the guy say it in the mast. The guy drinking himself to death. I remember. It's you. Perhaps you've had enough to drink. What do you want from me? Your son is... I heard about Devon. Are you okay? No, not at all. I was taking the boy fishing and I just wanted to stop on my way for a drink, a quick one, so I told him to wait for me outside. I only meant to stay a few minutes, but by the time I came out, he was gone. And you sit here still? I don't know what I'm going to tell Oda. That's no excuse to sit here. Get your ass out there and look for him. You think I haven't tried? I've lived in Oda's gift all my life. When someone's been missing this long... Where is this? This is Brave Devon. Here it is. Find Devon. Right. I'm going to find this kid. So help me God, I will find this kid. Are you over here? Is this you, Devon? No. Fisherman, you seen anything? No. We will find this kid. He can't have gone far. If he's not here, we'll check the drug den. A random fisherman. Where is this? What is this? This is the trading company. I don't care.
How do you do?
An old man paces the dock and looks out at the water, fussing over something large and round, which constantly shifts from one hand to another. You're not certain whether his wide-eyed, gape-mouthed expression marks surprise or fear. It seems he isn't either. You don't look like a guard. Say, you wouldn't be interested in making some copper, would you? He shows an object. It shows you an object in his hand. It's a large round opal with Ingwithian runes carved into it. Glistens with his sweat. See that ship that went down over there? I've been looking for someone to help me recover some missing cargo. You seen a boy named Devon around here? I see him near every time I'm at the port. He's the one who found the opal. Good kid, despite the loafer of a dad. Loafer? Drunk more often than sober, and poor company either way. He spends his scant coin at the salty mass when he's got mouths to feed, and yet he thinks his hollow-born daughter is the curse of his family. Any idea where Devon can be now? That boy loves the ships. He's probably playing pirate with the sailors, if he hasn't stowed away with the cargo. Thanks for the information. You see that lad? You tell him that old Imita remembers the deal. I owe him a basket of mussels for finding that opal. Tell me more about the missing cargo. We started in cold morn and were making our way down the river, loading and unloading as we went, business as usual. What exactly happened? When we reached Elena's Rest, we may have agreed to take on a few crates from some people called Sibin and Relag. A couple of the lads snuck a peek at the cargo, saw suits of armour and broken sceptres. Don't know why anyone would want a broken anything, but those Animants'll buy dirty stockings if you say it came from a rune. We were almost to Defiance Bay when the screaming started. I've seen my share of Baroon walls, but this sounded different. I was topside with the captain, but he and the first mate went below decks to see what all the commotion was about. When they didn't come back, I looked into the hold. I saw one of those suits walking around by itself. It was covered in blood. When it saw me, it started running for the hatch, so I closed it. You had to keep those monsters from getting out. That's what I keep telling myself. I'm just a deckhand, but I was the only one left. I piloted the ship as best I could, but I hit rocks as we were passing Brackenbury. I barely made it to Andra's Gift, but I had to jump overboard and swim for the docks. I'd given up on the cargo, not to mention the payday, when one of the lads pulled this up in his net. It's part of the scepter, from what I recall. There were 3 other pieces, and I bet you anything they're somewhere in the shallows, too. If anyone could find them, they'd be profit to follow. There must be a reason you haven't gone looking for the rest of the artifact yourself. I'm lucky to escape the ship like I did. I'm not taking a chance with these things. Have you talked to the Crucible Knights about this? And admit I was smuggling relics? I doubt they'd arrest me, but I also doubt I'd see any of the coin from the mess. What happens if I find the rest? You find the missing pieces of the artifact, and I've got an animancer friend from my expedition days who'll find you a stack of coppers. All I want out of this is a few £100 for my lost payday. If that sounds fair to you, I'll give you this stone and the name of my contract once you have everything else. Seeing as the kid dredged this stone up in the net, I'd wager you could probably find the missing pieces out in the shallows during the low tide. Farewell. Okay. Ships. Yeah.
Dozen Adiran ships were shattered against these levees during the War of Defiance. Best to heed the astrologers, I find, where tides are concerned.
Place gets my blood beating in all the right places.
What is this? This young lanky sailor is wriggling his cap anxiously, sweat beading off his furrowed brow. His eyes widen as you approach, and he takes a few steps forward.
Greetings.
If you have a moment, you're not from around here, right? You don't look like you're from the docks. I could use some help. Any chance you've seen a little boy named Devon? Oh, sure, he wanted to play on the ship, but I couldn't let him in. Fronterno's very strict about that sort of thing. I had to shoo him off. Felt a bit bad about it. Saw him heading towards the salty mast. Not really somewhere he ought to be playing. Hope you find him. What's the problem? Oh, thank you. They weren't lying saying you're the kind-hearted sort. It's the captain, or rather not the captain himself, but his chest. His sea chest. He gives all the valuables in there, tucked away safe. I was unloading it with the rest of the things, what with us staying in the port a couple days, and I may have gotten a little distracted. I wasn't gone long, just an hour at the salty mast. When I got back, the chest was gone. It really hasn't been that long. Whoever took it can't be too far, but the shift's changed, and I'm on watch, and I can't sneak off to look for it. And the captain will kill me if he hears of it. I'll get strung up by the yardam. Please, if you get it back for me, I swear by the fire, I'll make it worth your while. You can have my pay. I won't be spending it if Captain Fortino finds out anyway. Any ideas where the thieves might have taken your chest? Well, the chest itself is pretty heavy. Nobody I've asked has seen it getting carried around, either. I figured it must have been snuck off somewhere nearby, just out of sight. They can't have gone far. Pretty good lock on it, too, so I'm hoping they haven't got it open, unless they took an axe to it, I suppose. Oh, gods. If they've got it open, I'm really done for. Farewell. Another quest. For little old me. I can do that.
I've a shiver, won't leave my spine.
Okay, there's a banshee in there. We're going to ignore that place. I'm not an idiot. I know a banshee when I see one. Ooh, this is their place. Ooh, money. And probably a lot of armed guards. But money. Hello, good sir.
Gods keep you.
Avera wears a defiant expression and sturdy yet battered suit of armor. She seems to bear each scratch and ding with pride. You don't look like one of the knights. Can I help you with something? I'm here about the trouble at the salty mast. Ordinary kith are angry, as they should be with that crooked Enuma toadying up the nobles. She's using the tragedy of Wadred's legacy to line her pockets. She's no better than the Ardarian overlords who we drove out 200 years ago. People around here know you to be an honest broker. Mayo made it so only the rich can afford her establishment, yet she sits in the poorest district of Defiance Bay? How's that fair? We've taken matters into our own hands, but she's the real criminal here. Why don't you tell her to back down? Mayo might be making a fortune, but her employers aren't. You're hurting them even more. I hadn't thought of it that way. Then I guess there's no point to this, is there? Tell my aunt we'll leave her people alone. I thank God I'm intelligent, or one of the people in my group is intelligent. Well, we found that, and the salty mast also is the next clue we...
Damn that son of a coup.
You look beautiful. Who are you? The angry woman clenches her jaw and stares towards the harbour with glimmering golden eyes. Eventually sensing your presence, she turns her feathered head towards you.
Want to run a down on its luck Valiant Trading Company? If you have more than half a brain, you could really do something with it. As long as you're willing to clean up a few bloodstains.
What's going on? Whatever's going on here, What's going on exactly? I don't care about the diplomatic one.
Exactly. If I knew that, I'd be in a better mood. The only thing I know exactly is that Mestre Verzano is determined to wind up in a grave before the season turns.
The woman looks back at the warehouse for a moment and grimaces. After a slight nod in your direction, she storms off. Well, I hope I get you as a character to have in my party, because you look awesome. Like, honestly, awesome. Okay, just a quick check to see the kid isn't here. I really hope that kid isn't dead. There's a part of me that's like, he might be dead. And I really don't want that to be a thing. Cousin, no. I wanted to ask you about the kid. Just a quick once over around here. Is the kid down here? Oh. 4 people stand around what appears to be a wooden chest. One of the grizzled, rough-looking characters looks up to you and sneers. Took a wrong turn somewhere, did you? Best turn around and walk on. Damn it, that's the second lock... Oh. You've walked down your last pier. Oh.
Yes?
Well, now, I understand that you're evil and everything. And, like, you want to kill me. But, like, I kind of wish you instead were...
Ready, Watcher.
the kid.
Aye?
Because I like the kid.
What?
I couldn't care less about you. Who doesn't have a... You don't have a job. What? Who's left? You! Oh, yeah, get in there. I could fireball them, but I think I just like doing this. Focusing it more on you.
What?
Move up a bit.
Mm-hmm.
There's a part of me that wants to do that. Okay, we move to here. You attack him. Wait, who's this person attacking? You're attacking that. So you attack him. Hit him with this attack. And then you do your AoE that helps everybody.
Aye?
Who's low on health? You're kind of low on health.
Aye?
Why does that guy keep just moving around? Like, he's not really doing much. What is this? That's just a buff. I mean, they're all probably dying, but hitting them with like this on you is probably good. You.
Ready, Watcher.
Put it on you. Oh, oh shit, our chanter got done in a bit there. God, we are just getting through quests here. I'm getting a lot of loot.
What?
Hey,
Fortino. Yep.
hey.
Kid? 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 You? No. You seen a kid? You see a kid over here? Nope. Cool. I'd like to go here. God, I hope that kid's okay. You know what? I'm here now. I'm gonna do this. Let's be efficient here. We need to find that kid.
Greetings.
I've talked with the ringleader. She's agreed to leave you alone. Well, that's a welcome surprise and one worth celebrating. Take some coppers and enjoy yourself. If you choose to have fun here, enjoy my special discount. Someone's given you the talk, right? Because Callow's the one who handles it with our children. But if no one ever explained it to you... Is there someone here named Cyril? You must be new in the town, dearie. She's only the most sought-out girl in the district. You want to spend time with her? Just ask. She's 1,000 for the night, but she's worth every pound, or so they tell me. Maybe another time. Goodbye. Where's the kid? Where's the kid? Do we have enough to... 1 day and 3 hours? Can I go upstairs? Is the kid upstairs? I don't care about you. Wait, have you seen a
Good
kid?
day, stranger.
No. You're named after the Empire? Wait, I have a ring? Who gave me the ring? What the heck are these people? They're her gods? Jesus. So you remember, I see. Are you here for the exclusive club equipment? Show me your stock. I've been collecting the finest equipment. Jesus! You just gave me a weapons the thing for this? They're all just like incredible equipment. And some of it's like relatively cheap. I'm a bit overwhelmed. What does this do? Why is this good? I'd like this. But I also don't want it to... I also want it for like significantly cheaper than you're giving it me. to, like... I'll take that trade. How did I get in here? I really don't know. It's significantly better than that, right? It does, it's same speed, does more damage, and is exceptional.
Hey.
Cool.
All right, then.
So the kid's not here. God damn it, where's the kid? The guy said he was going to the Salty Mass. But I guess if he was in the Salty Mass, we'd have known. Because his father's there. But like, I checked all of here. I checked down here. He's not here. Right, where is this? Brave Devon. I will find you, Brave Devon. But that will probably have to be a tomorrow, a next week thing. Because I need to go down here, talk to the guy, tell him that I've got the chest, and that he's fine. There's no way the kid's in the lighthouse, right?
Hail and well met.
Here you are, contents intact. You did it? I mean, I knew you would, but oh, thank you. It's all here. You saved my life, friend. Truly, I owe you. Here's this week's wages, like I promised. No need for that. You keep it. Really? Then thank you again for all you've done. At least take this. I picked it up while we were in the port in Ada as a good luck charm, but I want you to have it. I won't forget this. What did we get? What was that? A horn. Intelligence +9. Probably bet on you. Intelligence feels like it's your thing. It said +2. Ignore the fact I said +9. Right, let's call it there. We got a lot done today. Again, not very many main quest stuff. But a lot of little quests that I think will add up to being useful. And we need to find that kid next time. I'll see you on Friday for Guild Wars 2. I'll see you on Monday for whatever we feel like doing. And I'll see you next Wednesday for more of this. But until then, I wish you all a good couple of days.